I'm sorry, sir, but you can't bring that animal aboard the station. The prohibition, spoken in polite traveler, came from one of a pair of identical security guards standing just inside the airlock of Cresthor Station. They were Kronks, members of the race that had built and currently ran the station. A lot of people can't tell one Kronk from another. Their bland, flat, noseless faces make it tough on most humans. But I've been around enough to know to look at the patterns of creases around their ear holes, the distance from between the faint ridges disappearing into their lips, and the mottling on their bumpy, bald heads. The pair blocking my access to the station were obviously batch siblings. They wore matching uniforms bearing some rank insignia that I couldn't identify. The sidearms that hung brightly upon their wide belts I could most definitely identify, and I did not want to be on the receiving end of them. "What's the problem?" I said. One of the Kronks pointed to the buffalo dog I carried tucked under my left arm. Picture an American bison scaled down to the size of a bread box and utterly cute. You can't bring that animal on board the station, sir. Why's that? Regulations. Whose regulations? I'm here at the request of the station master herself. I don't know anything about that, sir, but I have my orders. No buffalo dogs permitted. Again, why? I was told they're a threat to the safety of the station. I rolled my eyes. The Kronks were unimpressed. I sighed. They remained motionless, but otherwise alert. And I knew from once having shared a jail cell with a Kronk, all misunderstanding, I assure you, that they could stand there like that for hours. Look, what are you afraid of? Do you think Reggie here is going to eat a hole in your precious station? The other Kronk, the one who had not spoken yet, twitched at that. It can do that? Well, yeah, technically, I suppose he can, but he won't. Reggie's very well behaved, aren't you, boy? I shifted the buffalo dog out from under my arm and held him up with both hands directly in front of the security guards so they could see how cute and harmless he was. This proved a mistake. Both Kronks drew their weapons, gripped them double-handed, arms fully extended, and held the business ends of the things a scant centimeter in front of Reggie's face. Before I could pull him back, before I could so much as say a single word to defuse the situation, Reggie acted. He squirmed and lurched in my grasp, craned his woolly neck forward while simultaneously opening his mouth. In the next instant, he had chomped down on the muzzles of both guns, chewed a couple of times, and swallowed. The Kronk guards retreated, stumbling against the inner door of their airlocks in alarm. I backpedaled as well, but the damage was already done. Reggie had bitten through the barrels of their guns, shortening them by half their length. One of the Kronks started slapping buttons on a control panel. A klaxon sounded. Lights began flashing. Noxious gas began to fill the room. I had just enough time to realize the Kronks were covering their noseless faces with shallow purple boxes, and then I fell over.